All right. Welcome to the Hook or Crook podcast, where we talk all things Black and all things money. And our goal is to inspire the community to get smart about money and to contribute to the generational wealth and legacy. And today we have a really, really good show. We're going to talk about vending machines. We're going to talk about starting a vending machine business with Miss Lakinya Francis out of Miami, Florida. So, but before we get into that whole spill, let me check in with my good co-host, Silver. Silver, how are you?
I'm doing great. I'm just, I'm out in these streets.
Out,
Uh
out in these streets. What you doing in the
Out in these
streets?
streets. No, I'm not like out in these streets like that. But I'm out in these streets trying to get this insurance agency up and running. It's
Yes.
a lot of
Yes.
work, a lot of paperwork. So yeah, I start pretty soon. So,
I know that's a lot of work for you.
it's a lot. It's a
So,
lot.
so hold on, real quick, just very, very quick. Run down for the viewers. You've been like, you got your business account, you got everything filed with the state, like you on top of it, right?
Yes, I have everything filed with the state. I have, of course, the getting the business registered with the state of Maryland, and of course with 4 other states that I'm going to be selling in, and then
Mm.
the business account, getting a business credit card, getting my business licensed for these other states, Pennsylvania, Virginia, and DC, along with Maryland. So it's literally been a lot.
Good. Look at you on it. You
Yeah.
gotta be about your business, girl.
Yeah, so every time we do a recording, I'm gonna do my little shameless plug. So if you need some home, you hit me up. Thanks. How you
Homeowners.
been, Ty?
It's homeowners and auto, right?
Homeowners auto. In a few months, it will be commercial as well. So
Mm.
personal liability, general liability, um, your BOPs, your business policies. So
Okay, cool, cool.
All right, Miss Silver, I'm gonna have to connect with you.
yes, come
Look at
on
that
on.
already. Already
Yeah.
out the gate. Look at
So
that.
yes, so just pray for me and my sanity.
Every day.
What you been
Every
up to?
day. Girl, so it's finally closed on the house, right? After all of these months.
Oh,
Listen, I'm probably gonna do like a special show about lending, okay? And the
you
lending,
should. Yeah, that's a good idea. You should.
and I'm probably gonna go through my whole debacle with a certain big name bank, but I won't do that today. But finally
Okay.
closed. So closed,
Okay.
and now
Congratulations.
thank you. Now I am in the process. Well, I've moved everything out. So, oh, I'm sorry, I moved everything in, and so now it's just like unpacking and getting all that done. I'm exhausted, but listen, we about to go ahead and make this work. Let's get to Miss Lakinya and let's get to the show.
All right, let's do it.
So, Miss LaKenya, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, like your background? I know Ty mentioned that you are from Miami. So, just a little
Yes,
bit about where you're from and how you got started in this industry.
from crazy Florida, where all the crazy things happen.
Yeah,
but
you never know about Florida.
Sure.
but just to kind of give you a little background and kind of how I got to where I am today. So I work a 9 to 5, and then this business is designed for people who have other things going on because it can be done, like a side hustle. So,
And when we talk
anyways,
about your business, we're talking about the vending machine business.
yeah,
Right. Okay.
yeah, yeah. So, I was thinking to myself, okay, all right, I feel like a couple of things. I feel like I should be doing more, right? I feel like okay, I go to work Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, government job, but there's a little bit more I should be doing. I feel like I went to college, I done did all of this. What else? I need to be doing something else. I wanted to kind of do something different from what's normal. And so I said, well, let me start kind of researching what type of side hustles that I can do that won't I don't have to sell my soul to get started.
Right.
That's realistic. That's realistic. That's actually
Wow.
reachable, and it won't
Mhm.
really interfere with my job. So I kind of came across vending, and I'm a researcher at heart. So I just started kind of doing my research, and for a while actually. And one day I just woke up and went and purchased some vending machines.
Oh wow.
And
Okay.
from there, I will be very honest, and that's how I also got into the coaching aspect. I made a lot of mistakes.
Okay, so cool. So tell us, let's back it up a little bit, right? Tell us how, where, I know you're from Miami. Tell us, are you like the first entrepreneur in your family? Tell us, where you went to school and how you got started on the path that you're on.
Yeah, so in my family, I am the first entrepreneur, and
Oh, okay.
I'm really
Congratulations on that.
really trying to break the cycle and show other family members behind me, and that's alone. You can write your own story. And so I even have some other things that I'm working on too, and I'm really trying to get the family involved. And I know you can't bring everybody into entrepreneurship, but just to show them that that is possible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so yeah, I'm like I said, I'm from Miami. So once I graduated, I moved to Tampa, Florida. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Tampa.
Yep.
I went to USF, University of South Florida.
Okay.
Graduated. That was probably back in 2010, and then I moved back home, and I actually started teaching middle and high school language arts. So I was a teacher for a while, for about 4 years before I transitioned to my next job.
Okay.
So teaching and that whole aspect is kind of already in me, something that I'm just used to. So which was an easy transition into the whole consulting thing. So yeah, and actually, and it's so funny because when I got into vending, I was like, I need something else to do. I feel like I should be doing more. And now I'm like, oh my God, I got too much going on. I need to seriously. So I'm actually about to finish up with my master's and my last assignment. I'll be done probably at the end of the week.
Oh wow. Okay, congratulations on that.
Yeah. Yes. So yes, I'm like, oh my God, it's just a lot going on. So yeah, as far as like school, that's where I'm at. And as far as business, things are going good. Sometimes it's a little overwhelming because a lot of people are very interested, but I'm managing, and it's going well. It's going well. So that's pretty much how I got to this point.
Okay. So I know you mentioned you were a teacher. And just doing a little research and everything, we see that you have courses out here. You say you do a little consulting. So does that that teaching or what you were doing when you first got out of college, does that play a big part in your consulting and coaching and things that you do today?
It kind of does, but in my current job, a lot of my skills I do curriculum development.
Oh, okay.
So you kind of and I teach adults.
Okay.
So you kind of know, you have patience, you know how people learn, which is hands-on. Not everybody can read the book. Okay, I read the book, now what? Okay, listen, I took the course, now what?
Right, how do I apply that?
My learning, my teaching approach is a little bit different probably from other people, only because I'm familiar with the learning process, how we learn. And so, and that definitely plays a big part, probably the whole part, as to why I'm comfortable with doing it and why I do it.
Okay. So you say you were working every day and you was like, okay, how can I, basically have like a little side hustle, something that's not going to take me away from my job. And then you stumbled across vending machines, and you did a lot of research and stuff like that. So tell us, what was that first step for you? What did you do after you did your research? What was that first step for you in that process?
So the first step was, and now if somebody asks me, okay, well, what's the first step? Your first step needs to be to figure out what type of vending you want to do. Okay. There's so many types of vending, and people generally just think, oh, chips and drinks, snacks and drinks, and yeah, that's probably the most common one, but there's so many.
Right. Do they still have cigarette vending machines?
Cigarette, all kinds of things.
Oh no! A pack of Camels.
Man, you can put anything in a vending machine. So I think the best thing to do is just kind of evaluate, what you probably like to do, or what you may already do, and how you can transform it into a vending machine.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I didn't take that approach. I just thought snacks and drinks when I first got into it.
Okay.
It's from knowledge and along the way and just helping other people where I'm like, oh no, this is a whole nother world. But for me, the first process really was to start looking at machines to see what I can afford.
Man, so okay, where do you go to look at machines and stuff like that? It's just like online, just a Google search type thing.
Costco, BJ's.
Costco do sell machines, but
Oh, okay.
they do, which is BJ's,
Okay.
Costco's. You're like, what? They
sell the machines and the goods.
And the goods. And they have good deals too, as far as like rebates and stuff, where you pretty much get, they tell you things that you should buy and then you'll get a full rebate. But yeah, BJ's, Costco's, online marketplaces like OfferUp. Now there's some tips and stuff that I do give people when I work with them one-on-one on how to go about what machines are good or not. I kind of help them along. Again, I learned a lot of things from experience. So, but first thing is to kind of see what you can afford. That's the truth. Or even if you don't have any money saved up, well, let me see how much machines cost so I can see what type of financial plan I need to get myself on to get to that end goal.
Okay.
So
tell us, so I know you said there's different types of vending and clearly there's a spectrum as far as like, maybe low cost all the way to maybe some high end vending machines. So if I'm looking at something very low cost, what type of vending machines, what type of vending would I be looking at?
Oh, because when I stayed at this hotel once in DC. No, not DC, in New York. I forgot what the name of it. But they had like little condom. They were like little tiny. So I can't imagine they cost like they were like this size. I was like, oh, that's different.
You got all sorts of especially with all the technology that's available. People are just getting so creative and just creating pretty much anything. But to answer your question about like you were asking about the cost, right? Like on a
just the types of vending machines in the spectrum from low cost to high end.
So here's another one I slept on, right? Candy vending machines, the little candy ones.
Oh, like the gumball machines?
Gumball, like where you can put gumball, Skittles, M&M's, stuff like that. I've been kind of helping a lot of people get started with that as well. Because I tell people, if you can't afford a vending machine up front to keep that momentum going, why don't you just get into some candy machines? It's a lot more affordable. And just to keep it going. But for something like that, a brand new one can cost you maybe about $150. Okay, so let's transition on to like snacks in a drink machine. Use snack machine, and this is something that it really varies on the state that you live in.
Okay.
So for example, in Miami, you can get anything down here. Some other places that are very similar, Atlanta, California, as far as the pricing of the machines.
Okay.
You can get a machine, I've seen $400, $500 here, working machines. But in other places where the market is not as saturated, the machine may go up to like maybe $1,000. So, which is still affordable when you think about it. That's still a goal that's reachable.
Right.
Saving $4,000 to start up, a business with a machine.
So can I order a machine in Atlanta and have it shipped here?
Oh yeah, I got contacts for that for people, because there are some people, unfortunately, that live in states where you're not gonna find anything online just because it's like for example, I was conversing with someone earlier that she's in Arkansas, and there's nothing online in Arkansas. but the fix for her is that's okay. We got a contact with someone who sells used machines at very affordable prices, and they offer shipping. So that's the fix for that. So yeah, you can order something even from here in Miami and just get it shipped.
I guess I was thinking like, man, if I want a machine, I'm gonna just go on Amazon, because you go on Amazon for everything, right? I'm gonna go to Amazon, machine.
No, not for a machine. Mm-mm.
Oh, so don't go to Amazon for no machine.
Now I'll tell you one thing: people do buy the snacks from Amazon. They do.
Get your snack, but not the machine.
People buy snacks from Amazon. It's crazy.
I can't see how that would be cost effective versus getting like a bulk order from like.
Yeah, I think it's more about just being able to order online and not have to go in the store. Just,
Yeah.
for
The convenience
time,
of
like
it,
if
right?
it is truly a side hustle, maybe you work and going inside
Yeah.
of the store is another mission. So hey, if it's the same price or maybe a little bit cheaper, I get free shipping, Amazon Prime. Let me just order it online.
Right, right, right. Okay, so I can
So, so as far as go ahead, go ahead,
no, go ahead.
Gotta
go
get your
ahead, Tom.
question together.
So I was going to ask, as far as like the upkeep and maintaining the machines, right? So you have your machines, you stock them. Of course, you have to restock them. And in my mind, when I used to work in corporate, there were vending machines that were refrigerated, so they have like sandwiches, and of course, you have those things with shorter shelf life than your typical, your Lay's chips and your. So you got like a
Mm.
ham sandwich and some yogurt. So how does that work in the the cost of maintaining the vending machine?
So okay, so something like that, as far as cold sandwiches and something like that, that's honestly that's not gonna be your typical vending. That's gonna be on a whole nother spectrum. You got to go through inspections and
Okay.
stuff. It is not your traditional.
Oh.
And
Chips
I tell
and
people, like,
drinks.
if you're, that's more for somebody who have a bigger budget, because there are regulations with that,
Mm,
and you may lose money because what if someone don't buy it,
right.
so for somebody who's truly just trying to get cranking with a side hustle, I really wouldn't recommend you go that route.
Okay, so that would be considered more high end, right? With the sandwiches and things like that.
Exactly. So, for cold foods like that, that will be a different spectrum than just starting a snack and drink vending machine. Some states may hold you to the same standards of a restaurant. So that's a whole nother, yeah, because you got to
Oh.
think about it. It is hazardous items,
Right,
snacks and drinks and cookies and stuff that's non-hazardous. You're talking about meat and cheese and it can
right.
go
Stuff
bad.
that
And
can
so that's
have
a
the
whole nother
expiration date on
ball
it.
game. And
Right.
for something like that, that would be for a more established company, someone that has been around a while and they've kind of gone through those baby stages. Somebody that's just jumping out the gate, that's not the way to go. I mean,
Okay.
unless you have the money to do that, but it's not like a low budget startup.
Yeah.
So
Right.
so it's a
All
little bit.
right.
Mhm.
So if I want to start, I can start off with like candy vending machines, and we're talking like gumball machines, Skittles, stuff like that. Then
Yes,
I can progress into something more like maybe cookies, chips, snacks, stuff like
ex-
that.
exactly.
And drinks, is that in that same category type of
It
deal?
is. And to be honest with you, sometimes I tell people, you want my honest opinion on, and from experience, what's easier to maintain? Drink machine. Drink machine is easier to maintain. Why? Just think about it. When you're opening up the drink machine, you're just loading the drinks in there. Most of the shelf life is about a year on the drinks. You look at a Coke right now, it's
Oh,
probably
wow.
2022. Whereas the snack machine, like what you see behind me, you have to take the trays out. You have to make sure that it's gonna dispense correctly, because you don't want people calling saying it took my chips and
Right, right.
it took my
Or beating
dollar,
on a machine.
or the chips, only have a month life shelf. So it's more
Mm.
factors with the snacks. So I tell people, if you want ease, start off with the drink machine.
Right, right. Okay, okay, okay. So now
Mhm.
I get my machine, and I can go online and get that, or I can find some type of local vendors that can get that new or used. How do you factor in whether it's all cash, where it's or using like the cards and stuff like that?
See, now that's a really good point, right? Because that is going to be one of the cons of buying a used machine from, like, let's say Joe Blow is selling it out of his garage. He has his
Right.
machine, he putting it up and he's selling it. Typically, those do not come with credit card readers.
Okay.
Mm.
That's going to be something that you'll add on, which is another expense. And there's a little thing that really does matter. If the machine is not compatible to support the credit card reader, then it won't be able to get the credit card reader installed. Because if it's too old, then
That's
the
not gonna
connections won't pair.
And I would
So
think that you would need like, internet connection and everything like that for this machine as well, right?
say it again.
I would think that you need like internet connection, right? For
Yeah,
the
but that will
machine.
come with the credit card reader. That
Okay.
will come with it, because
Oh.
you would have to pay like a monthly fee for that. And you have to set it up now with your bank account and stuff like that. And which is another reason, if the machine from 1999 is not gonna work.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that if you find a machine from 1999 that you got to say no. You can say, hey, I'm just gonna start out with cash only because this is all I can afford right now.
Right.
Maybe in the long term you can upgrade. But that is something very important, because most people carry card and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something to consider as well.
Okay. So now I got my machine. I can go to Sam's Club, Costco, BJ, stuff like that to fill it. Maybe I'm doing snacks and drinks. But are there actual, I don't know, companies' websites or outside of those stores that actually cater to people and vending machines, or keeping that vending machine stock for you or something like that?
Oh, okay. So and let me just kind of play this out. I buy the machine and I want to go find a company to keep it up for me.
I'm asking. So that's the question, right? So how do you keep that machine up? I just go to Sam's, BJ's, or can I go on website and?
No. So when you buy the machine, and actually that's a valid question. A lot of people think that somebody's going to take care of the machine for them. No, this is your machine. It's your machine. You're putting it in somebody else's business, utilizing and leveraging their customers that are coming in and out. They're using it, and that's how you're making money. This is your machine. You got to keep it up. Now, if you're busy and you just want that, you can find someone to kind of keep it up for you. But that will be on you. There isn't really a company that's housed that says, okay, we're going to keep it up for you. But I mean, you can hire a family member. It's very easy to maintain. It's nothing complicated at all.
And so it's whatever I want in there. I can put whatever I want.
That's the sweet thing about a snack machine, right? Because when we're looking at the snack machine, we're like, okay, chips, drinks, candy. The snack machine can house anything in there as long as it can fit. And even if it can't fit and you got an idea for something special that you want to do, they can make it fit. They can customize the rings and the sizing to fit your particular product. Yeah. And so you can put anything that you want inside of the snack machine. You can even get it wrapped to match whatever brand that you got going on.
Listen, I'm over here thinking about what vending machine.
Well, you already told you want to put condoms in there.
First of all, I did not say that. I said I saw one.
I'm working with somebody that's doing that right now.
Like a vending machine catered towards after hours activities.
No. The person was at a hotel, not for work, and went to try to buy some, and there were none available, and they were like, what? So when I'm talking to them, they're like, I want to have a great idea that have stuff in there and to include that. Right. So I said, I have the perfect website for you that sells all of that stuff, toiletries, toothbrush, condoms, playing cards, mouthwash, laundry detergent, everything that's in the size already custom for a vending machine. So we just let's do it. So yeah.
Wow.
So it's a good idea, actually.
Yeah, it is. Take that to that little vending machine to the Mosey Wozy.
Yes.
And set that up, and you got all that stuff in there. I feel like it'll sell out in a good weekend. I mean, maybe after Corona, right? Right. I don't know if what's going on at the hotels these days, but you set that up at a hotel.
Yeah, you can. And people still do it. Now I do tell people you gotta now let me be honest with you. You gotta kind of take it to the next level. Now you can't come in there with the blue face mask. Maybe you want to get some printed, maybe the designer, something that's gonna sell. Because at first, face mask was hard to come across. Now they're not. So now it's like, what type of face mask am I gonna wear that people are gonna want to put this on? That looks good, it's cute, or whatever the case may be. So if you're gonna sell them, it has to be something that people want to wear.
Okay.
But yeah, you can. People do it. They sell them. that I think I was at the airport at Dallas, and they had snacks in the machine, and then maybe like one or two rows had hand sanitizer and face masks, and I'm
Listen,
like, what? Okay, so they're
And
trying to make
gloves.
sure. Look,
and I
yep,
will make sure that price is $9.99.
exactly, yep. So,
Okay,
mhm.
so now if I got this vending machine, how do I figure out, or what's my process to figure out where I put this vending machine at? Like, do I just, like we said hotels and things like that, but how do I say, or how do I figure out where to put a vending machine?
So that is, and maybe you figure that's probably the most complex part about
Mm,
getting into the business is
Mm.
getting a location. Why? Because you got to find somewhere to put it, and most people don't like talking to people, or most people
right.
don't like rejection, or they just don't know what to say, how to start, what to do, how to approach it. And so that's the problem. That's probably the part that's like, you need some coaching there, a little, some motivation,
Right.
somebody to keep, egging you on and saying, hey, don't stop, keep going, it's okay, let's go to the next spot. But the ideal spot for a vending machine is somewhere with high foot traffic. You got to have a lot of people in and out. We don't care who these people are, because we could just cater to that once we get the machine, but we want it to be somewhere where there's a lot of people. There's people coming in and out. So typically what I tell people is to think about, so in your area, and I always use this as a good starting place, like the barbershop. Like when I get my hair done, right? It's inside of a barbershop, and it's always busy, period.
Yep.
Always, every weekend, because it's
Right.
established. And you always gotta wait. Your appointment is never on time. You always
Right.
gotta wait.
You know how
And
we do.
guess what?
Mm.
We want to look good, right? So guess
Yep.
what? We're gonna wait.
And I'm going to
Yep.
sit there and get that honey bun until
Yep.
till
Yep.
2 hours so she ready to see me.
Yep. And so, that's a good spot right there. Hot foot traffic.
Okay.
A warehouse, where people are like packing stuff up. That's an excellent spot, because for them to leave on a lunch break is probably a hassle. So it'll be a lot
Yeah.
easier to just to go to the vending machine and buy whatever, from out of the machine and keep it moving.
Right. Right.
So let me tell y'all, hotels, apartment complexes.
Okay.
Another spot that I have been I haven't had anybody do it yet, but I have really been introducing it to people, and I'm like, hey, I'm not looking to place any more machines because I don't have the time, but I think this will be a great idea. For people that are in states that have like like a lot of population, put it in a church. Church.
Hmm. Now you know
So
you can't eat in the sanctuary.
listen, grandma, you got a piece of candy in your purse?
You,
Oh,
Listen,
right.
oh,
people do it. And then what and so it's so funny. I was having a conversation with somebody about a year ago, and they were like, no, because you only go to church on Sundays. I'm like, no, okay, so maybe that will determine the area. No,
Mhm.
these churches nowadays have summer camps. I
Yep.
know last year was interrupted, but things will get back, on
mhm.
flow of how
Right.
it
Right.
works.
Mm-hmm.
But churches have summer camps. I'm talking about full out summer
Yep.
camps, hiring people
Vocational
Yeah.
to,
Bible School.
And they
yes,
have,
and then
the cafeteria.
yep, they have church every day.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's this service, that service, and then on Sundays they got morning service, night
That's
service.
right.
So that'll be another good little spot inside of the church. That's
I don't
another.
know about y'all, but I was in church on Sunday, and we had to go back again. Like my mom was working in church for me. She was like secretary. Then we had to go back again on a Wednesday. Then we had choir, adult choir rehearsal on Thursday.
Mhm.
Saturday was children's choir, and then we back in there all day on Sunday. I don't
Yeah.
know. People be in that church.
Yeah, and that will never
Mhm.
change. Actually,
Yeah.
it'll grow if anything. So that's actually not a bad spot.
Yeah, I can see like
Yeah, it's
vending
not a bad
machines in
spot.
there.
Yeah.
So that's another one that a lot of people are like, "What, church?" And I said, "No, hold on. Let's talk it out."
All
Think.
right. Well, listen, can you and the Lord, y'all work that out. All right.
Listen, I agree because some of those church services be like 5 hours.
Okay.
And
Okay.
not only that, you got a lot of people in and out. Okay, so even if you don't eat in the church while the sermon is going on, that's
Mhm.
fine. But on your way home, you're hungry.
Yep.
And now I gotta go and I gotta prepare dinner.
That's
Give me
true.
$1 or whatever. Let me grab a honey bun and hold you over until we get to where we're going. Come on now, you know.
Listen, all I think about is like getting my eating Cheetos and getting some Cheetos. Bible pages.
Hope you.
New Testament.
Yeah.
See, look, that's why.
That's why I need to go back to church because I ain't.
You need the Lord right now.
Yep.
Okay. So I think we kind of got like a good handle on, hey, where I can start to start my vending machine business. But kind of tell us how it's helped you. I know you said you have a 9 to 5, and then you have the vending machine on side. But give us some background on how this is kind of, either changed the trajectory of your life or your financial journey.
So, how it has helped me is I'm not living paycheck to paycheck anymore.
I hear that. Okay.
That's the main way. And now I'm taking this money and I'm reinvesting it in other opportunities that I really want to go after. And so that is where I am now. My mind frame is in a total different space now because now I have extra money to do other things. So the biggest help that it's done for me is it's giving me more financial room. It's leading me on that financial freedom path.
Right.
So that's the biggest thing. And just learning, I'm learning a lot of things. I'm learning a lot of things about business, period. Okay. Some things I never knew. So it's a learning process in all things business.
No, I can definitely understand that. Definitely understand. Like, I think a lot of times people don't understand how this especially vending machines can be a total business, and just the way that you. I mean, how many vending machines do you own now?
I have currently right now I have 5.
Okay.
I'm getting ready to get into another one this summer, but right now I got the brakes on. I'm like, okay, let me close this door. Let me be able to handle it because I'm a little overwhelmed right now, and I actually have somebody that's helping me.
Okay.
Maintain it, the repair guy, because he's a full-time entrepreneur, and I'm like, hey, I need help.
So what is the upkeep on machines like that, like as far as maintenance and things like that?
To be honest with you, the machines, they really last a long time, and it's very rare that you really have problems. A lot of time is user error. So people, they're using the machine and they're not maybe pressing the buttons hard enough or something like that. And the things that could be wrong with it is typically very minor. Like, on a drink machine, the drinks aren't getting cold. So, maybe the compressor, or the money is not going inside, So it's the upkeep is not bad. And here's another fact. And I know people that's already in vending can attest to this. A lot of people learn how to fix on their own machines.
Oh, wow. So you just do, self-maintenance. Listen.
That is at women and guys. Like a lot of people end up, and I've dealt with a couple of situations to where I was like, just take your time. It's only so many things that could be wrong with the machine because it's just a big box, and a lot of things you can kind of walk through on your own if you just take your time. Yeah.
I'm all about it. As a landlord, listen, and you trying to save a couple bucks, I know how to fix a doorknob, right? Like somebody, not that you just want the hands-off approach to it, right? But I'm not about to pay somebody $50 when I can go and do it myself. So I get the self-maintenance on that.
Until the HVAC system breaks down.
At that point, I'm done. I'm checked out.
Yeah. Been there, done that. Been there, done that. No thanks.
All right. What you guys have? You got any questions for Lakinya?
No, we can go right on ahead to our hook segment.
Okay, we'll go to the hook segment.
So in our hook segment, we asked all of our guests the same 3 questions. So the first question is, I know you touched based on it a little bit, but what got you hooked on pursuing your current endeavor?
What got me hooked on it after I started, and once I realized that this is easy, Once you get the machine in the spot, like, okay, it takes me longer to drive there than it does to actually maintain this. Yeah, I can get more of these and more and more, and why not?
Okay.
So the flexibility of the business is what got me hooked and got me, wanting to keep going.
Okay. Flexibility is key, definitely.
Yes.
It is.
Yeah.
Good
So the
time.
second question is, what book have you read or would you recommend to our listeners that you would hook other people up to?
So a book that I'm kind of getting into right now is The Intelligent Investor by
Okay.
Benjamin Graham, because something that I've been wanting to do for a while. And now I'm like, okay, knowledge is key. Let me start by trying to self-educate. And this is about investing, in the stock market.
Yep.
And I tell people, COVID has shown all of us something. We can't just depend on one thing.
Right.
To diversify our investments. And so, when you think of wealth, it's usually real estate or stocks, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
But with stocks, it's also, it can be dangerous and it can be a gamble. So right now, I'm really just kind of diving into that from a basic level,
Okay.
just trying to learn and self-educate. And see, from vending, I learned that, you know, sometimes it's okay to learn from others.
Yeah.
So that's the lesson that I learned, and this is what I'm doing to kind of, like I said, take this investment to invest in other investments.
So that's why I was going to ask you. So the money that you're getting, the profits that you're getting from the vending, are you using that to invest in the stock market and other endeavors like that, right?
Yes,
Okay.
and this is just something we're doing in our household
Okay.
as a unit. Like, okay, we got a lot of money coming in right now. Let's put it to use. No, I don't
Right.
want to go buy a
Exactly.
brand new car, and no, I'm not gonna get a bigger house.
Right.
Let's make it work. Look, this
Right.
showed us that if you don't have your money in the right places, even if you have a savings account, think about it. The people that they had, maybe 3 or 4 months worth of their bills saved, but they lost their job, and that's the only thing they had.
Yep.
So it's very important to kind of diversify, your investments, or have other things to depend on other than just one source of income. So I think most people can attest that it's whatever it is that you want to get a side hustle in, get one.
Yeah.
Definitely get one. So
Definitely. Definitely.
All
mhm.
right. So the last question is, in what way can you hook someone else up?
um Another way that I can hook someone else up is if they are interested in vending. I think I kind of mentioned this earlier. I can help you hands on, one on one. That's what I
Okay.
specialize in. So most people, you can go online, find ebooks or and courses. But where I differ is I do one on one consultations, and it's ongoing support, and I can literally help you and kind of meet Silver where you are, and Ty can meet you where you are.
Okay.
Your business journey. Some people know more than others. Your state and your requirements there,
Right.
what your budget is, what you want to do. So I can hook you up by personalizing your journey with you.
Listen, I'm interested because I work a 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
Silver just quit her 9 to 5, but she
What?
about to start her business.
Uh-oh.
And I'm just thinking
Yeah.
like more and more ways to make more passive income where I don't have to be so hands-on and I don't have to like interact with people. Don't get me wrong, I love our listeners. I love them. I love the reviews, the emails, and everything, and all of that, and the comments and everything like
Yep.
that. But if I can make money basically while I sleep, something very passive and hands-on, I'm into it. So
That's
I'm definitely gonna be
Hey,
following up
yeah.
after this episode here.
Absolutely. I would love to help you guys. You know, and we could talk about some things and kind of set you guys on a path. Like, go ahead and get this money.
I
So
want
Silver,
pink
you gonna buy
vending
one with
machine.
me?
Huh?
I want a
Silver,
pink one.
you gonna paint it?
I want a pink vending
Oh
machine.
yeah,
Oh,
you
pink
can.
one. Yeah. You get the pink one, I'll get the green one. How about that?
Yep.
Silver, you gotta go in. We gotta go into it together. I'm
I'm
gonna
trying
put
to
it
figure
in
out where we're gonna put it.
I'm
We
gonna put
need
it in
to.
your new business in Silver Signature Marketing in the lobby.
All right.
Ooh, campgrounds. Ooh.
think about that.
Campgrounds. So what you say? Do you got? I gave you a tip.
But where you getting the power from? The trees?
Campgrounds, because campgrounds typically have like a check-in spot.
That's a
When
good
you
one.
and when you go to like KOAs, you go to the front and check in. They got halls and
Look at Lakinya. She looking like,
camping.
ooh,
You
I
don't
need
go
to think about
camping. You
that.
don't
I'm
go
like, hold
camping.
on now.
I know.
All
Those
right now, Simple.
pavilions, they have those pavilions are power source. Campgrounds have power. They have water. They
Yeah,
have
yeah.
they got it. They
But
got
are you going to a campground every week to fill it up?
it.
Yeah, okay. Next. In this segment, we like to call the Crook segment. And in this segment, we ask our guests to give our listeners one actionable tip that they can take or steal from the show. So what tip do you got from us today, Lakinya?
All right. So I would say kind of think about what it is that you like to do or something that you're already doing and how we can kind of convert that into a vending machine business.
Right.
So to give you an idea, so the next venture that I'm getting into, right? So you guys know I'm in Florida. We're surrounded by all this water. My brother's actually a fisherman. He loves to fish. And he actually came up with the idea, but he just needed my support and help. So we're actually getting ready to launch a fresh bait and tackle vending machine.
Oh, wow.
Because and put it down in Key West, Florida, because things close early down there. And he's an avid fisherman. He's like, if I don't come with enough bait, that's it, and I gotta drive back. So we're gonna have this live, where it's actually a live bait.
Oh, wow.
Set up somewhere. And so yeah, so that's an example of taking something that you love to do and turning it into and putting it inside of the vending machine. And then one more that a lot of people can relate to is the beauty vending machines, the beauty supplies. That's keeping me very busy right now. So
really?
Just as simple. Oh yeah, just as simple as selling, bonding glue or edge brushes.
Some bundles. Let me get some bundles. Let me
Lashes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so you can wrap the machine and make it look real pretty and branded. And I'll help you find somewhere to put it. And put your items in there. And those machines right there do really, really well.
That's a good idea.
They make really good money. And it's not saturated right now. So
smart.
So that's an idea for everybody. Find out just kind of take a moment. What do I like to do? Or what am I already doing? What do I sell something already? And can I kind of bring that back into vending machines?
Okay.
Can I sell it in the machine? So that'll be, what everybody can kind of take away with if you don't want to do the traditional snacks and drinks.
Right. I'm gonna tell you, I think that was probably a really, really good tip, because I think a lot of people, just like you said, they think about snacks, drinks, and all that kind of stuff. But taking something that you love, I think that beauty tip, like with the lashes and edge, edge control, like the brush and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I think that was good, because I can see different. Like in dorm.
And let me tell you where those salon like the hair products and the beauty vending machines. Y'all need to put them in those suites, like those Phoenix suites where all the hair salons, where they rent individual rooms, like
the salon suites.
Yeah,
the salon suites. You will put them right out front.
You could.
I think you're right.
Suite are like there are different.
So people can get their supplies. Or I was
the mall,
or I was saying
salons.
if you can get on somebody's college campus and put them in dorm room,
campus,
right? Because it's been plenty of times when I was in the dorm and I was like, I needed,
That's actually a really good one, and I've actually had consultations with people that are like, I want to put one in like BCU or wherever they are in whatever town they're in. But the only thing about that is you got to be consistent and don't just think that it's gonna come to you. You got to work a little bit for stuff. And sometimes people get distracted and stuff, but that's actually a really good idea. Just think about it. You don't got a car when you're a freshman. You got to figure out, or even if you're a sophomore or junior or whatever, you don't have a car. You got to wait for a ride. How convenient is that to have your beauty supplies, and we got to have them on campus. So that's an excellent one, actually.
Howard, I'm coming.
Listen, I didn't look cute going to class. You know, my school was out. Listen, it was pajamas.
Girl.
And that was
Okay.
it.
All right, Lakinya, thank you for coming through and blessing our podcast today with the vending machine. This is the first of its kind, and I think I want to have you back on because I think I think you gave us like really, really good tips. Like I said, I'm going to follow up with you because you just sparked my interest in a lot of things that I think I want to, get into. But I'm sure our listeners are thinking the same thing. So tell us where our listeners can find you, your website, your social medias, and everything like that.
So, so for the listeners that's like, man, I wish I can ask her something. And if you go to and follow me on Instagram at I Crave Vending, I'm very, very active on there. I answer everybody. And I really utilize that voice note feature so that I can talk to you and respond to people because everybody's question is different. And so anything that you guys are thinking about or you need something cleared up, just reach out to me on Instagram and I'll get back with you. Or if you don't want to talk to me and you just want to answer me a question, you can definitely go to the website, icravending.com, and just submit a form or whatever the case may be. But on Instagram, you're gonna get daily ideas, tips, things that'll help you until you are ready to, start your journey. So definitely link with me there. And and it's been real. I'm glad that you guys had me on and I could, reach out to some more people and let them know like, hey, there's another side hustle you guys can get into.
On the show, dropping gems. We certainly appreciate it, and our listeners as well. Because I know some people who always talk about opening up a vending machine business and never do. So maybe this,
maybe they don't know where to start.
Yeah, maybe this will help them. Yeah. But thank you all for listening. Make sure you follow us on all platforms, and we out.
All right.
All right.
Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you visit us online at www.hookorcrookpodcast.com. On Instagram, Hook or Crook Podcast. Facebook, The Hook or Crook Podcast. And on Twitter, Hook or Crook POD. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube at Hook or Crook TV and listen to us on all streaming platforms such as Apple, Spotify, and more.